Oh, moving stuff around. Ah, okay. I think we should be live now.
Oh, snap.
So, everyone who is out there in the internet world, say hello to me. I can make sure that myself and Author Mya is being seen. Hey, Angie. Hi. So, we are officially live. All of the messages are starting to come on in. And of course, we want to give everybody an opportunity to make sure that you invite your family and your friends to come on in here as well. So if you guys are fans of Mya, have read this book, then we want you to come on in, tap in. Um, hmm. Okay. But yes, I'm getting messages and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure we are good to go. You guys can see me pretty good. Huh. Huh. Okay. I don't know what these other messages are I keep getting, but okay. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay. There we go. You can probably hear me a little bit better now, can't you? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the woman of the hour, Miss Author Mya. Hey, girl. Hey. Welcome to our live chat with EyeCU Reading and Social Network. I want to thank you so much for participating throughout the month and giving us such an awesome book to read because we had some very good dialogue about this one last night, honey. Okay. So we appreciate your work. But before we delve into details of the book, why don't you take this opportunity to let our watchers know a little bit about yourself?
Hey, y'all. I am Author Mya. I am 22 years old. Yeah, I'm young.
Aw.
um, I started writing when I was about 13. I started writing, fan fictions and all that stuff. And then I was like, let's get a little deeper. And so then I went into the urban fiction and then I went into romance. And so I've been published for about 6 years now. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. You 22 and published for 6 years. Okay, then, babe. You a baby growing up into adulthood in this thing. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And how many books do you have?
I currently have 15 books available on Amazon.
Wow. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Like that is awesome. Now, as far as the book that we read, where does that fall in that category of 15 books?
Okay, this was book.
I know 15 books, that's a lot trying to recall. Early on or maybe later on.
I released this. This was my first BLP release from July of 2021. So this is the first one that I came into BLP's life with. So yeah, this is pretty recent.
Okay, that was recent. So maybe around about the
10, 11.
12th, 13th
Yeah,
book.
10, yeah, yeah,
Something like,
yeah.
okay. Okay, because I know that there are others after it because we've heard good things about the
Yeah.
spinoff that happens as
Yeah.
well. So we'll get a chance to talk about that a little bit later also. I want to go ahead and just say hello to everyone who has joined us thus far. Angela, hey. Let's see. Bayina is here. Marina is here. And let's see. Ebony is here. And then, of course, we had this weird thing that everybody that's on one page, they end up coming up with the same name, but it be different people. So, child, I'm saying hello to all of you all that are out there watching. So, um, I want to ask you a couple more questions about you. So, I know that you are an author, but tell me who is your favorite author
Whew,
besides yourself.
I have a lot. So in middle school, I found out about Toni Morrison and I went through her whole catalog. As a middle schooler, you're like, I don't really understand these books, but baby,
Mm.
I just loved how she could just captivate me at such a young age. And so she's one of my favorites. Monica Walters, oh, I love her. Oh,
Oh,
she's
she's one of our members. Yes, Monica
so
is
great.
awesome. I've
I
reviewed
love
and
her.
read some of her work.
And Kimberly Brown, baby, woo! Miss Kimberly knows how to draw me in with her books. Let me tell you, I be reading her books like I know I should stop reading, but woo, one more chapter. Like she keeps me entertained with her books.
Okay, well, awesome. Those are some heavy hitters. I remember being introduced to Toni Morrison. Yeah, probably in middle school. You know what? Take that back. It was probably high school. Was it middle? Child, it was a long time ago. It was a whole lot longer than your time because if you're 22, we ain't gonna go there. But yes, that was a great author for you to be introduced to at such a young age. So as far as books and the genres, I know that you spoke about being interested in, urban fiction, things of that nature. What's your favorite one to write?
Ooh, I think it's romance. It's just something about black romance that just it makes me all fuzzy inside. You know.
Aww, I'm a gangster, so I don't really be needing the romance, but then every time I read a romance, I'll be like, oh, that was sweet. I do be feeling them same feels, even though I'm a
Mhm.
gangster and I swear that I don't be needing it, but I guess deep down inside I do. Interesting enough, we were kind of debating on whether or not to classify Let Your Love Fall Like Rain as a romance novel. So I'm thinking maybe we can go ahead and start our conversation. I mean, we're doing good on time and start a conversation about the book. So everybody out there, we be spoiling in these interviews, okay? Because we talk to the author and we talk about this book that we read for the month. So if you didn't read it, I need you to do that. Okay. And you can come back because this live will be here. You can rewatch it. If you don't mind spoilers, and stay right here. Hey, Robert.
Hey, oh my god, I watched your review earlier. I loved it.
I literally just saw the pop-up come up for the review. I was like, oh, I gotta watch that after the interview. So I'm so glad you had the opportunity to read along with EyeCU. Thank you so much. Everybody make sure that you check out the review of the book because he already has his up. Mine will be coming a little bit later on, but make sure that you are checking out Robert's reading room. Thanks for coming in so we can talk about this book here. So let's uh let's start off with that question of what would you classify Let Your Love Fall Like Rain as far as the genre goes?
That is a great question. It gives you a little bit of everything, to be honest.
It
It's
do.
some drama,
It do.
some spiciness,
A lot
some
of spice. A lot of spice. Interesting enough, I called it a drama. I
yeah.
was like, I think it was supposed to be a romance, but I can't give it that. This was pure drama. It was just something happening
Yep.
every piece of this 113 pages, honey. It was a shorter book, but it was jam packed with a lot.
Yep.
It was jam packed with a lot. So just gonna do a little quick synopsis of the book. So, boom. Um, we have this younger woman. She didn't fail for this older man, but not just any older man. This older man who practically raised her like a daddy because her parents was absent, right? Now she didn't fail for this man. Got a little hot in the pants for him. He in return gets a little hot in the pants for her. They had this affair. She tries to break it off. He tries to break it off. Wife ends up out of the picture. And now he's like, oh, I think this young tenderoni is the love of my life. And she pregnant. So bam, let's be together and live happily ever after. However, that bestie, that is that man's daughter, that is this woman's best friend said, pump your brakes, hoe. this ain't even this is not even the way things are supposed to go down. I don't appreciate how you doing this. And since you pregnant, I'm gonna go ahead and slice and dice my daddy instead of you. But please don't think for a second that I don't want to choke you up, okay? Best be glad I respect unborn children. Okay. Okay, well, this is how the book went in my head. So stop me at any time if I get something messed up. So
No, that's basically
meanwhile,
it. She was wild.
pretty much through the book, we are just working out how we gonna figure out how to get to some level of functionality between these families. So
Mm-hmm.
you got daddy, you got new BFS stepmama. Oh, that's just disgusting to even say. I wish my bestie would come.
I
Okay.
said the same thing.
Okay, yes. Boom. And so then side story, we got sis, the best friend Carrie. You know, she got her little love relationship going on too. I was actually quite appreciative of that relationship because that was the only like area in this book where there was like some logic and some true love. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing that was just like, oh, okay. Now that was the love story part for me. Everything else was the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that was my synopsis. How I do?
You did great.
Okay, all right, child. Okay, so look, they like, yeah, this is a drama for sure. Everybody's voting for drama, whole roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, so I know who my favorite character was and who my least favorite character was. I'm curious, who was yours?
My least favorite character had to have been Charles.
Okay, he was my second. He was my second. Alana was really for real taking the cake for me.
She was a
Okay.
she was.
Why Charles over
Because
Alana?
when I was writing his character, I was just like, oh, this is so trifling. You gonna risk your 30 years of marriage for this girl? That's what I was saying the whole time.
Child.
I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I couldn't imagine my daddy doing something like this. He'd have to see me. So I'm just like,
Nasty. Just nasty. He was nasty. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
mm,
I really didn't like Alana. Um, over Charles. Granted, I ain't like his ass neither. Okay, let's be clear about that. He ain't off. He ain't off. My bad list. But Alana took the cake for me because a lot of her personality showed in the book.
mm-hmm.
She was very self-centered.
Oh, for sure.
And although she was aware that she had these issues with her abandonment from her parents, it was like she used it as an excuse
He did.
to just continue to be shitty.
Mm-hmm.
The whole I'm asleep with this grown man, flirt with him after him and his wife then practically raised me, and his daughter is my best friend, and I'm a flirt with him in
Yep.
their house because I have daddy issues. Baby, no, no, uh-uh. I be, baby, when I say I be tired of folks trying to justify they BS
Yes.
because of the way they grew up, because of their mama, because of their daddy. I be like, girls, stop. Because once you get to the point where you can acknowledge that this is the issue, now you can do something about it.
Exactly.
She waited a little too long to go to that therapist, but she went. So that's good, I guess. But I still didn't like her ass. Charles, though, uh, mm, I'm slightly there with Carrie's ideas on her father or on men in general.
Mm.
So you talked about in that book how men are weak. They're weak. They don't know any better. They can't help themselves. And so I'm gonna give him a pass. Oh, but I'm just gonna keep on hating Alana forever, But Daddy gets a pass. And while I was cool with her, where she was gonna make up with anybody, if she was gonna make up with anybody, okay, make up with your daddy. That's your blood. But really, just off the strength of that being your daddy and he raised you, that was enough. But to excuse away his behavior because he was a man, I was like, no,
That's what I was like. But then
no.
her character in that because I be on Twitter all day scrolling, reading some of these wild things. So I was like, she would react like a Twitter girl. So so I used a bunch of these profiles that I created. I was like, let's make her this Twitter universe girl where people can relate because they're like, men are weak, and so I'm gonna attack this person for this. And so I was like, let's bring that.
Yep. You do find that a lot on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you're 22, so of course you're going. Yes. Oh, sweetie, I love it. Wait, let me check a couple things. Okay. So, tell me about your favorite scene of the book, the one that you like to write the most.
I think my favorite scene was when Janet and Vince and them had that little interaction in the home, because I was like, this is going to stir the pot the most in this book because everybody wants Charles to get his just desserts, and then I'm going to just shake him up a little bit.
Yeah, because Robert, he said it was Janet and Vince for me.
Yep.
Yeah, they were a mess. I didn't appreciate how much of a simp her daddy was. Like, sis said, don't be a father because I don't want to be your mama. So he was like, okay.
The
I wasn't.
The power of the cat, man.
Clearly. So we got another question. Can you tell us where in the world did this wild storyline come from?
Well, that is a great question. It started off, I wrote the love scene in the beginning, and then it just took a mind of its own. I was like, oh wow, what if this is her best friend? Instead of, I'm just like, oh yeah. And so it just kind of grew from this one little instance of, let me write this sex scene and then see where it goes from there.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And let's see, we got another one. How did you come to write from the perspective from an older man?
That is a great question. It took a lot of trial and error because during the editing process, me and B sent the book back and forth because she was like, you need to dig deeper into his character because you need to portray him in a way that characters can relate or understand, because I'm writing from a 22-year-old perspective and my boyfriend's 25. So I was like, let me call my daddy.
Okay, I was wondering if we tapped in on Pops. Okay.
Yep.
So he gave you some perspective.
Yeah. My daddy's always, the man of wisdom and conversations. He called me every day. So, I talk to him all the time. So that fatherhood and all that stuff, I had a good sense with that, which is...
That's wonderful. So you're not going to be sleeping with no BFFs. Daddy's nothing. Okay. Daddy had you in together.
Indeed.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it. Let's see. We got another long one. Hold on. Here we go. At our discussion last night, the majority thought there could have been some exciting drama had the mother lived. What made you kill the mother off?
That's also a great question. So I'm getting to it. I'm like, what route would I take? There were several paths I was playing with. Then I was like, Carrie needs one more major punch. What could I start her up with? I was like, imagine your best friend is sleeping with your dad, and on top of that, your mother passes away. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna really hit Carrie. And I was just like, now let's dive into this perspective. And boy, did the readers tear me up for that.
Oh, what they say, girl?
It was like killing the mother was so unnecessary, and Charles didn't deserve that outlet. And I was like, I know. I took all of these things and I made sure that Carrie told Alana all of that in the spinoff too. She said, my mother's, yeah, I'm not going to spoil that part, but yeah, Carrie took all of the readers' comments and reviews and put it in the book. I was like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I appease everybody because this was very controversial.
It was. We was definitely going back and forth, and I remember saying I kind of understand why, because it threw things off. I think I would have expected for her to have still been around
Mm-hmm.
and for everybody to have been dealing with this revelation. But
Mm-hmm.
for her to be gone and to see the path that it went down,
Mm-hmm.
it it pissed me off even more because it seemed like y'all was just gonna have a happily ever after. And this woman is deceased and she been dead for a few months because there wasn't a whole lot of time that went by either. So I felt like it was very real, unfortunately, because it do seem like men, they takes off, honey. They be like, oh, I don't want to be alone for too long. Let me go swoop up something right fast. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember Charles kind of talking about that in the book. Like he wasn't trying to be alone.
He
And I guess
wasn't.
he said 3 months tops. I'm about to go on ahead and get
Yep.
back with sis and make a new life. I didn't like it, but that's how they move sometimes. That's how they move. Mm, mm. Now I know that you kind of talked about the spinoff, a little slither, and that did come up during our meeting as well. So I know that I think maybe one or two people have read it for sure. Ebony has read it because it was her month, so she picked this book and she already read it. She wanted to share it with us. So, um, the spinoff I understand is based around the son, Cedric.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. So, what time frame was this book? Let your love fall like rain. What time frame was that one? As far as 2000 or 2012 or our timeline's just undefined.
Yeah, timelines be undefined. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
like to do age gaps for the children.
Okay. Because when she mentioned it, I said, "Well, when was this book written?" I said it seemed like it was written recently, but the manner in which you wrote the book, in all honesty, it could have been 20 years ago. It could have been 2 years ago. And I thought about that, I was like, well, technically, could have been any of these. We ain't talk about no 2019, Lexus trucks or anything like that. So there was no
Yeah, I try to be
giveaways
really
for the
ambiguous
year.
about the things I mention so that nobody tries to like time check me. I'm like, I can mention some songs because some songs are classics, so they can come whenever. But I make sure I pay attention to what I'm saying a little bit so that people don't time check me.
Okay. Well, good job. Good job. Because once she said that, I was definitely one of those people that thought about it. And I said, well, technically, we don't know when that happened. And quite frankly, it didn't matter. It really didn't. So, because this happens, could it happen 50 years ago? Could it happen last year? Because you know how these men
Man.
and these little hot in the pants girls, okay? So let me go back to the chat. Danielle wants to make sure she say hey to you, girl. Um, let's see. Were there any scenes that you wrote but left out?
Yes, there was another scene with Eric that I was gonna put in there, but I was like, I have other plans for Eric. That's exclusive. So yeah.
Okay, I like Eric.
I was like, Eric deserves, his own happy ending because he came into Alana's life and was ready to give her something real, but she was blinded by this old man. So I was like, he deserves his happy ending too. So be on the lookout for
He
that as
does.
well.
Okay, so it's coming. Okay, yeah. Now see, I would be interested in that because I agree with you. Eric was a stand-up dude. Right
Yeah.
guy, wrong time. Like Alana said, I will give her this credit. She did come back and give that closure.
Mm-hmm.
And I can appreciate that. He deserved it.
He did.
So, ooh, okay then, Eric. Okay, give him somebody, cute. And you can name her Tamara if you want to, cuz
Of
I'm
course, I
just
got you.
saying. Y'all heard it here. Nah. Now, what you just done told me is I'm about to be in the next book. That's what I
Okay.
heard. Is that what
Mm-hmm.
y'all heard?
We
I
all
put
heard
it.
it here,
Is that
folks.
y'all heard that? Okay. This being recorded now. So just
I'm gonna come back in a few months. Like, remember when I said this?
remember when you had said that you was gonna put me in your book? So where's the book? That's gonna be me. Danielle says that you are super talented, and I wholeheartedly agree. You very much so are. I know, right? Speaking of the title, Let Your Love Fall Like Rain, how does the title tie into the story?
So my original thought was like, because in Texas we got some real wild weather. So sometimes the rain comes unexpectedly, which is how I view Alana and Charles's love story. Because at one point he sees her as this child that he's raising next to his daughter, and then a minute later he's attracted to her, and that's unexpected, like rain washing everything out the way and changing it up a little bit.
Ah, okay. See how you think there. hmm He still should have never somehow got to the point where he saw her as anything besides that daughter that he raised. But okay, like that
That's
rain just came and just right
mm,
down on him. Okay, because we did well, I thought it was, let your love fall like rain. Like I was getting this real, sweet,
oh no.
seductive, nice vibe. And you just told me like basically, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't
I
it at
knew it was
all.
gonna be dramatic, and sometimes the rain can be cute and cozy, but sometimes it can tear up some stuff. And that's what they
Mm,
did in this book.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they told the frame out some stuff.
Yeah.
Left mold and everything, fungus and all of that. Child. All of that, all the bad stuff that the water brings, not the flowers and all of that. It was the mold, nasty, dried up mold. Child, that's the word. I tell you what, that little situation was so unfortunate. We couldn't even like Cedric. Child, a few of us was like Cedric. Joe Carrie out here like, oh my brother, I'm gonna make sure my brother all right. We was like, F them kids. Joe.
That's really how it be too.
It actually ended up being a very interesting conversation because I wanted to delve a little bit more into the whole idea of when children come about from circumstances like this, how it looks later on as they're growing up and
Yeah.
the connection that they have with the initial children and then the new children. That right there was a concern for me, not just from the book but in general. So that was definitely something that we took from the novel that we kind of expounded upon in
Mhm.
real life. So it got a little
Yeah,
heated
it gets
too.
hectic in my family because me and my sisters are 17 years apart, and we have different fathers and stuff, and so it's always kind of a little yeah. It's a little tension in there.
Okay.
So I kind of took some of the drama and emotions from my upbringing with how Carrie would view this child.
Okay, I get the feeling we're gonna hear more about that in the spinoff.
Oh
You
yeah.
talk more. Okay, I would imagine so. Yeah, because I mean, right now Cedric's a little baby,
Yeah.
so cuckoos and all of that. How can you really dislike a cute baby, right?
Yeah.
But in the next book, he ain't no baby no more. So,
He sure ain't. He bring a whole lot of drama. Not to the
uh,
caliber of his daddy, but it's up there. It's yeah.
okay, I like it. I like it. The more we talk about it, child, I might have to see what this spinoff talking about. Mm-hmm. We gonna keep going. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. These comments, all I did was look over and I saw squirting and hurricane. And I'm just like, now wait a minute. uh where is this conversation going? Let me read the whole thing. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get myself together. So, a whole hurricane. Yes. Okay. So that was related back to what we were talking about previously. See, she nasty. Talking about some I thought squirting. What you thought was what? Squirting who? Who? Girl. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. Ebony has been singing the next book's praises for sure, but I'm not sure what she thought who was squirting and from the title. Let your love fall like it ain't not have to be nasty like that. Love and falling down, the nice fuzzy stuff is what I imagine, and then here she come just being nasty.
Well, I mean, there was lots of squirting.
Squirting is just one of them words that you can't never hear it and not just your mind go to the gutter. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna squirt some mustard on my hot dog and not be thinking about
Yeah.
okay. So maybe we just can't say squirting no more. Don't say it no more. No more. I ain't gonna say it no more. Okay. Got myself together. Don't be laughing at me. I put up a gift post asking the readers what they got from the title, and lots of folks shared my view. Oh, so all y'all nasty is what you telling me. Name some names. I want to know.
I call them out.
Who got squirt? See, I just said it again. Who? I want names because I'm gonna talk about them. Who thought and shared this same view, Ebony? Tell me. I want to know. Because it wasn't me. I didn't think that. Because, I'm pure and I'm saved. I'm a virgin. So I didn't think nothing like that. Who is the nasties? I'm not playing. You better tell me who. Because I'm calling them out. I promise I am. Okay. We're not about to talk about that no more. Okay. Maybe one more time. But after that, no more. Wait a minute. Well, I was the ghost. Angela. Now, Angela down in the comments talking about, well, I kind of did too, but I wasn't going to say nothing. Angie. Girl, now you and me usually be right here. That's what you thought. I don't know how all of my watchers, all my readers, oh, your minds, they just nasty.
Oh no.
Now, see, this was supposed to be borderline a love story. Now y'all all into the erotica and
Nope.
porn. Y'all okay. See, you know what? Is that Marlon? It's See, y'all still putting that nasty word in the comments section. I see what y'all doing here. Is this what they call trolling? I feel like don't y'all come in here trying to troll Maya, okay?
Oh man, that's
We're
so
not doing
funny.
this, okay? Oh, what he didn't see it. Can you see the comments, Maya?
Yeah.
You can. Okay. Oh, so skirting is the main thing. Sounds like it wasn't the main thing. See there? This Ebony fault. I blame her.
I'm
Cause like I said, that's not where my mind went. Cause I'm pure. Mm-hmm. Oh Lord. Okay, let's see. At our discussion last night, we were wondering, oh yeah, why novella instead of a full novel? There was so much more to tell. I definitely thought so. Yeah.
Well, that is a great question. I was kind of nervous about this being, my first book into a under BLP. So I was like, I don't know if I should give them too much or give them just enough, and then break it out into a few other spin-offs to tell everybody's side of the story. So I went with the latter. I said, let's start small and make it build into something amazing.
Okay. You mentioned something called a ELP. Is that what you said?
BLP, Be Love.
BLP. What?
Be Love Publications, Be Love Presents.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
this is new territory. I'm finna be around a whole lot of new readers. I was like, let's just build on it and expand. So give them a little taste of what I can do.
Okay. I definitely was one of the people that thought it could have been longer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let me think. If there was a part that I was like, if we had to take a piece away so that we could add some more, I feel like I almost kind of feel like Eric didn't have to come along. So yeah, I kind of feel like Eric was, you know what I mean? It was great that she had met a nice guy, but it was like, oh, I could have had some more juice
Mm-hmm.
with the rest of the stuff because all the rest of it was so juicy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
um, yeah, and just said you're building great things. Absolutely. Um, actually, can you tell us more about how you ended up with Be Love? Like, so what did that look like? I know we kind of a lot of times I like to talk about stuff like that first and then just the book, but I am curious at this point.
So, I started writing at 13. I was posting my stories on the internet, just randomly. And then a publisher saw those stories when I was 16. It was like, have you ever thought about being published? I said, no, wow, let's do it. And so at 16, I'm a sophomore in high school, signed and releasing books into the literary world.
You better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
And then fast forward, I'm balancing school and writing. And then, let's say 2018, some things happened. And so those books were taken down from Amazon, which
Oh.
kind of like, I was like, I don't want to write anymore because this just destroyed my whole outlook on the writing industry. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna assume you're not allowed to tell us
You
who
know.
was okay.
Yeah. But
That's
then
fine. I ain't gonna cry.
But then I was in 2020, I was like, we are in a pandemic. I'm pregnant. I have nothing else to do in my free time. Let me do something that I used to love. And so I got back into writing. So I hit up the publisher. I was like, can I get the rights to these books so I can put them back out? And they said, yeah. So
Okay.
so I went through independently publishing these back to Amazon. And while I'm doing that, I'm like, this is great, but I'm putting a whole lot of money and time into this. Let maybe I need to look through another publisher. And so in, in July of 2020, something told me, submit this chapter to Be Love. And I did. And she said,
Okay.
I'll give you a shot. I said, whoa. And so she saw something in me that I hardly saw myself because my love for writing had just started to come back. And so I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. And she took it, and the book kind of just like had a mind of its own. And we went through several editing processes, and she helped me see how to enhance my story because it was a whole bunch of drama and no resolution before she got a hold.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And so
That's
with
an awesome story.
yeah. And
I'm
so
glad
with
I
that,
asked that.
I was just like, wow, she is helping me grow in a way that I haven't been experienced before. Because before it was just like write the story and then we're gonna put it out. And now she's helping me develop and grow and character development because Charles was gonna die. And that's what important. But I was like,
You probably wouldn't even. We kind of wanted them two, child. Them two shots, bang, bang. And I was like, oh, Charles is out of here. And then he wasn't. And I was like, damn.
and so with each release, I can see the growth in my penmanship because I had somebody take the time to help me. I'm just like, wow.
Oh, that mentorship was, oh, that is awesome. Surprisingly, that's not the first time that I've heard of something like that happening with the author. So it's like an author beware type of situation. Um, I'm curious if there's any, like message boards or groups where authors even talk about stuff like this and their experiences with certain publishers and things like that. Because if there isn't, whew, it sounds like maybe it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, but back to the novel that we read for this month, it actually came to be because we have something called Spin the Kindle over on the EyeCU reading and chatting page, where each month, the beginning of the month, we actually spin the Kindle. So ultimately, you have to randomly select a book that is already on your Kindle to read, and it's just a opportunity for readers to discover somebody that may be new to them. We get, the free books and stuff sent to us all the time, but do you ever get around to actually reading them? So it's really a great opportunity for people to read what they already have. And so that was actually how Ebony discovered you. And so that just kind of speaks to the success of Spinning Kindle. So all of you out there who are part of EyeCU reading and chatting, make sure that you are participating in Spin the Kindle. Okay. Anyone that's watching that is not actually a member of EyeCU reading and chatting, make sure you come on over
They are
and check us out. We have a good time over there.
great.
Like Freaky Friday, that's when they can talk about squirting. Okay. That's they usually do a whole lot of that. So that's your thing. And you come on, you make
Yep.
sure you there on Friday, and then we have what else we do on Friday?
Freestyle Fridays are fun too.
Freestyle Friday. I wrote for Freestyle Friday this one time. This one time, but I'm nobody's author. But we do a lot of fun stuff over there. And of course that is part of the way that again you've been introduced to us. So we definitely appreciate that you have been there with us. Angie wants you to know that your light is shining through. I think she probably mentioned that when you were speaking about kind of like the trials that you were
Mm-hmm.
going through with the publishing. But when you called to do a certain thing, child, you
I'm
gonna
an
end up doing it.
answer.
So it just boomerang. That's all. It left you for a little hot second, but it came right on back.
Hmm.
And we're so glad that it did because now you're here with us.
Yes.
Ew, ew. And shout out to Author Be Love.
Yes.
Yes, so very popular, so very well known. You cannot get into a readers group and not hear the name So you are definitely under great mentorship. So I'm glad that you have aligned with somebody that's really going to allow you to develop
Mm-hmm.
and to shine, because at 22 you have already did so much and have such a long way to go. And so, we are excited for your journey,
Thank
child.
you.
I feel like you just like a little sister. Well, okay. Wait, okay, now let me stop. Get a little teary eyed sometimes. Back to the comments. How many published books do you have, and what is your latest release?
I have 15 published books, and my latest release is the the Love We Make. It's one
You
of
better be ready.
Yes. And it's one of
Hmm.
the books in the 15 book series that Beloved dropped with all of her authors. There are some really great stories, and there's lots of treats to come with this series. So be on the lookout for that because we got a lot in store for y'all.
Yay, yay, yay. You got some new fans here, girl. Put that book up again and tell us the name one more time,
The
just in
Love We
case.
Make.
The Love We Make. Is this the romance?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'm with it. So everybody make sure that you have jotted down the title, and you can head over to, I'm going to assume, Amazon, but do you offer your books on any other platforms at all?
Yes, you can order signed copies for me on my website www.authormya.com. Right now I have this one. You can buy paperbacks for Something in My Heart featuring the great Kimberly Brown. And this is a thick book, y'all. We wrote
Okay,
this.
there's something in my heart.
Yes.
Was that the motivation?
Yes.
I love it.
But this one is a
Okay.
mess too. It's full of drama. I'm gonna give y'all a little, story time about this. So one of the main characters has a miscarriage. Me, and I'm not afraid to talk about, those heavy topics. So she has a miscarriage, and her boyfriend's like, I can't do this. So they break up, and she end up with his brother. And so,
Oh, you
yeah.
love keeping it in the family. Mm.
And so that right there alone sparks a whole lot of drama. And it'll give you the emotions, the laughter, the romance, all of the good stuff.
With the brother, huh?
Oh, yes.
This one time I had. Never mind. Uh, this is about you. This is about your book characters. This is not about me. Uh, uh, oh, the 15 books. So, are these all standalones, or any of them a part of a series?
Most of them can be read independently. I do mention some of the characters throughout, but it's just like one big Maya universe. So you can just pick one and go from there.
Okay. Because I like standalones.
Yes,
Because
me
sometimes you feel like you need to pull away and
too.
do something different. And although I understand the purpose of having a series, because I read them, but I do like a standalone. Sometimes I just want to take it,
Yeah,
like it,
and put it
and
away.
put it away.
That's how I am with
Mm.
my characters. I put them through enough in one book. I don't want to keep making them go through hell in three other books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand. I understand. Okay. Let's see. We're doing good on time. We got just 9 minutes. So if there are any additional questions from our audience, go ahead. Make sure that you get those over into the comment section. But in the meantime, I think that I would like to ask you some more about this particular book.
Mhm.
So, were there any parts of it that maybe has happened to you before?
Uh, mm, some of these scenes, the real spicy ones, I like.
It's gonna be right over there with the rest of them, just nasty. You be over there on freaking Friday doing stuff.
Always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, when me and my man get together, boy, he bring me some inspiration.
Okay. Well, tell the people then. You heard it here, Maya Nasty. So what's up, man?
Got me blushing.
He gonna be mad at you like, don't be going on there telling no people what I do.
That's what he said at the beginning. He said, "Don't be talking about me."
You get in trouble.
Yeah.
You get in trouble. Just I'm gonna go ahead and apologize right now because I feel like we may have instigated it a little bit. Maybe not so much me, but these folks in the comment section. They instigated it. They started off talking about squirting, and then it just went from there. You know what I'm saying? Now here you are talking about your man and how he inspired all of these things in the books and stuff like that, which I mean is an ode to him.
Oh
But
yeah.
you gonna get in trouble, girl. So just get ready. So do whatever you got to do to make up to him.
Amen.
Okay. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Well, Robert is already on his way to order his copies, hunty.
Yes.
So, I thought I was over there blushing. You wasn't blushing. You wasn't. Was you blushing? Somebody said you was blushing, girl. Now I know you ain't wrote. I know you ain't wrote these things that I didn't read. And then talking. I know you not blushing.
Just
I'm sorry. What now?
oh man.
Not the author that I was reading this weekend. Not her.
Oh man.
No, you was blushing. Let's see. How many spin-offs do you anticipate coming from this one?
Well, for sure, Eric's getting a story. And then in the spinoff, Ivy has three brothers.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Oh.
one or more of them may have their own story to tell as well.
Okay, so but they'll still be kind of like standalone books. So if
Yes,
you read the
everything will be.
others,
Yep.
it'll work. But if you haven't, then you still gonna be able to just flow
Yep.
right with it.
You can still
I
flow.
like that. Okay, I'm noticing that is a theme with a lot of authors as well. So even if they're not doing necessarily a series,
Mm-hmm.
their book characters are from other places. So I
Mm-hmm.
like that. Okay, then I hear you. Yes. I guess I got our Facebook niece blushing. I just really don't. I'm not sure how though, because all y'all read the same book that I did. She the one that was talking about her man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I did that. I feel like it was Ebony. And I thought it was Andrew because y'all was both in here like, oh, I thought it was talking about that. But if y'all want to blame me, fine. Fine. Ivy's brothers were off the hook. Okay, so we got some folks in here who already got their hands on the spinoff, like I told you. So,
Mm-hmm.
hmm. How many brothers she got?
Three.
She got three brothers, huh? Hmm. I mean, are they based off of real people? Like, I mean, where they at? I think because I swear it only be like book characters that I really be falling for. Because these real, no man. Okay, no man. I ain't even gonna go there because this is about you. Okay, it's about you, and this is about let your love fall like rain. The March read for EyeCU Reading and Social Network that we were enthused on having our discussion about. And so very happy that you were able to take the time to be with us over this last month and to be here with us tonight so that we could talk and learn more about you
Mhm.
as well as your other works and to delve into some topics directly from the book, kind of get out there and say our piece on the things that we read. And I'm just so glad that we had an opportunity to speak. I absolutely love that you started off chasing your dream at such a young age and that you are continuing to do so. So I'm super excited for you. Um, I'm sure that a lot of the other people in the comment section, if they didn't know these things about you, are glad that they know them now.
Yeah.
We know you got tons of other stories out there
Yes.
that you are sharing with the world. Um, I am curious to see what type of books you were writing actually at 16. I want to see what you was talking about.
Well,
Yeah,
where's that book at? Uh,
in the early books.
I wrote this one when I was 17
And
and
what's the name? I
Falling
can't
for
see it.
Two Savages. It is your urban fiction. Lots of
Mm.
death, lots of violence, lots of sex. I
Ah, okay then.
was one of them kind of teenagers.
Gotcha. Low key, probably some of the ones that's in the comment section too. You see how they be talking. Well, we are let's see, we are on our final couple of minutes for our discussion. We always like to be respectful of your time. And so we're coming to a close. And so again, we want to thank you for rocking with EyeCU. This was definitely a dramatic pleasure, as you can see in the comments. And before you go, tell us how we can connect with you on social media.
All of my socials are the same at Author Mya. You can like my Facebook page, add me as a friend on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm usually at.
Okay.
I'm starting to get into TikTok, so you can watch my TikTok videos and all that good stuff. And y'all got my website, www.authormya.com, and I'm here all the time.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much on behalf of EyeCU Reading
Mhm.
and Social Network. We appreciate you being our spotlighted author for the month. We look forward to hearing more from you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So I bid you farewell for the evening. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone have a wonderful Sunday night and great upcoming week.
Bye, y'all.